Morning, morning, morning. What's up, Mighty? What's up, Evis? What's up, Sing2, Brady, Mighty1, Michael Falman. Plot twist, it's actually my dad on a opposite account. Byron Ince, Pike, good morning, good morning. Morning, John. Morning, Teresa. This is a publicly available stream, so everybody can see it, but the only people who can type are members. Which I'll give y'all a few more minutes to jump in here, and then I will start talking about SPY on the bigger and smaller time frame, and then we'll break down what's going on other individual equities. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hit the like and let's go get it. I agree. What? Alright, well, hold up. I was like, why did my tweet not send? I just figured out why. Alright, we're all good now. Good morning. 186 more likes to go. Now, y'all can get whatever like count. I don't really even have a goal. I see the numbers and I just start calling it out. I don't really have a true goal for the like count. We get over 100. That's cool with me. So that means about 40 people join in here from just Discord and YouTube for the most part. Like, instantly. Because that tweet failed to send. So that means all of you were either from a YouTube notification or Discord. It's not bad. Good morning, Shaq. I'm just giving everybody a few minutes before I start talking about SPY on the bigger and smaller time frame, and then we can talk about all the other individual equities afterwards. We have taken a pretty nice fall this morning. Nothing crazy though. I would definitely say we could get a pretty good day today, but just be careful. We have Tesla earnings after hours. Asian markets down. Disney is poised to eliminate thousands of jobs next week. Meta prepares more layoffs across Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram. Netflix sees stronger second half on password sharing crackdowns. They didn't get me. Biden pays $169,820 in income tax in 2022. Who cares about that? Why is that on this feed? House GOP plans to vote next week on debt ceiling. Okay, that's kind of big. We already knew about that, though. Parking garage collapses in financial district, killing one. I don't know why that's on this feed. Fox to pay $787.5 million to settle Dominion defamation case. Alright, so nothing super big besides Asian market slipping. Disney, Meta talking about eliminating more jobs. Netflix actually seeing some positivity, which if you guys saw their chart, they completely screwed everybody. They dropped this down to where everybody who was short thought, oh, I'm doing great. This is going to be awesome. They pumped it back up, ruined everybody. So everybody in positions for the most part, long or short, are most likely going to be screwed right at the open. So a lot of money is going to be burned on Nvidia today. I mean on Netflix, not Nvidia. But just remember, Tesla does have earnings after hours, which isn't the biggest portion of SPY. But if you go to the Analyze tab, you can actually see Tesla is in the top 10. So there will be a reaction after hours on SPY if Tesla is to move in any direction, one directionally. Not just like a big drop and then it recovers like on Netflix. Like if it just drops, you're gonna see that on SPY. So be careful. I'd be very careful with swings today. But levels are pretty clear today. Glad you're all in here. Again, drop a like on the video. But the big thing that we're looking out for today is 411.50. We're going to see if that can defend today, which you guys know that from the bigger time frame and from the past couple weeks. And then all I did was go down to the 1 minute, or on the 5 minute today. I just kind of went from the low of that day to kind of to the meat of that candle there. And it gave us a good area of potential supply, where it was previous day demand, but we broke it this morning. So that's kind of what we're working ourselves up to, in my opinion. Is if we do get a buy reaction, this is where we're at least going. And then this is kind of where we need to confirm to see, can we go past this, if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. And then to the downside, 411.50, you guys already got that, with really clear levels of resistance past 413s here. If you go to the bigger time frame, you can see we're actually bouncing in that same 411 area we talked about. Again, 411.50, 411.70s. This is from the bigger time frame. A lot of us have been worried about this for a bit now. All we've done is fallen and taken a test of this area here. So pretty bad start for the day, but that doesn't mean the day is over. That doesn't mean we're totally down in the dirt for good. We're still above the 9. We're still above a good area here. So this is where the ultimate test is coming in. It's going to be today and most likely tomorrow. Honestly, all of this week. I would look for all of this week to see who has control over this area and if we're still holding the 9 EMA. If not, then we probably are seeing the beginnings of a potential larger pullback. If we're not, then we're most likely seeing the beginning of a base build here on top of a very important supply that is now trying to turn demand that can possibly send prices a lot higher. So we're at a very, very crucial part of the market right now. You can also say that economic-wise too. We have the meeting in May, so there could be any kind of trading going on until May. So just be very careful. Great day to be great. Morning, everyone. Had a feeling today was going to have some good movement. Definitely good levels today. Dude, yeah, for real. It looks so clean. You know, at first sight, you're like, oh, we fell. That sucks. No, what do we do? And then you look around your levels and you're like, oh, it's clear as day. Definitely clear. It's clear what scenarios are in front of us. And honestly, I want to see more of you guys do that too. I don't want to just see... I mean, I know it's on me because we're on my YouTube channel. You know, what are the upside and downside scenarios? But I want to start seeing more of you guys discuss in that kind of manner as well. What are we looking for a potential push higher? Where do bulls need to potentially hold or push higher from to move higher, and vice versa? Where do bears need to do this from? You know, start to think about both scenarios. Don't just put one scenario in front of you and go, oh, we're gonna fly or we're gonna die this morning. Like, no, sit there and cover what are both scenarios. What is the bullish scenario from open? What is the bearish scenario from open? Sing 2, I don't... Which swing? There's a bunch of swings. I'm not in a swing in chat right now. I closed SPY, I closed mRNA, I closed Roblox, I closed everything. I'm not in a swing with chat right now. So if you're looking at something you didn't see the post, I'm out. I'm not in any swings right now. Well, with chat, that is. Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, Carrie. You think it will bounce? What's up, Mel? How you doing this morning, man? Morning, E. How you doing? Hey, and everybody, be sure to share the stream around. Remember, yesterday VIX was at its lowest since we fell from all-time highs. Good call out username. What's up, Shane? Doing good, Cam. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Came back and sub mode was on. Shh. You didn't hear from me. Sing 2. Make sure you're paying attention. I don't want you following plays or following ideas if you're just going to sit in them without seeing the exit. 2. Don't just follow plays. You're still learning. I would not be following plays right now. Sing 2. I wouldn't say this to you if I didn't care about you. If I didn't care about you, you'd be like, yeah, just follow whatever next play hits the channel. No, don't. You're literally still in the beginning process. Please do not follow plays right now. Do not follow trade ideas right now from anybody. You should be focused on learning entries and exits, reviewing as much as you possibly can, visualizing, taking very, very small trades where you're in. Once you've done that practice, then you can move on to taking those real trades where you're getting into one contract, taking it to the first target, reviewing the rest of the trade from there. And that goes for everybody. I'm not just talking to Sing too. If you are someone who knows you're in the beginning stages, or you're just now starting to learn, or you're in the mode of, I blew my account, I'm kind of in the reset mode, I need to slow down, I just need to learn over time, and then over time I can get back into real live trades again. Okay, that's awesome. Don't beat yourself up. That's awesome. But don't rush yourself either. Morning, Chris. Morning, breaking levels. Regardless of being right or wrong, trade ideas are trade ideas. That's all they are. So do not follow anybody on the internet. Do not follow anybody. If you know you are starting out, don't do this for, oh, I need to follow this so I can make more money. If that's what you're doing it, you have already lost. And I'm not saying that's y'all's reasoning. I'm just saying that is a majority kind of mindset right there. So if you are learning right now, focus on taking just visualized trades right now. If you're past that stage, you feel like you've grown enough, you're past that truly beginner stage, you're completely past that. Awesome. Still, keep yourself small and passive. Focus on one contract, getting to the first target, and visualize the rest of the trade until you can grow your account enough for you to grab multiple contracts to make it more cost efficient, to grab more, leave runners, so on and so on, and then use the staircase method that we talk so much about, like in workshop number 11. But that's the plan on SPY. We talked about bigger and smaller time frame, and then I kind of went on a rant there. As you guys can see, I added Microsoft to the list. This was the only major tech stock that I kind of liked. I didn't like that Apple was kind of like, well, at the time they were kind of pushing down when I was making my list, so it's not fair to say right now, but they are still holding a pretty decent base. So it looks like 165 is a pretty big key level for them psychologically, and pre-market low-wise, that kind of lines up with both levels there, about 165 flat. So I'd watch that for continuation down. Short-term upside can be taken past previous day low in kind of the meatier part of pre-market here. But you do still have pre-market high and a potential gap fill up towards previous day close. So keep an eye on that. But the main reason I added Microsoft was because I like that it was just kind of basing. So it's a very clear level there below them at 285. And you have another good level here at pre-market low to kind of give you an initiating break. So you're not completely just playing off one level. To the upside, of course, they're trying to retake previous day lows. I set a passive break above previous day close. So that's why that's way up there. NVIDIA, what I liked about this one is that it's kind of like this. It's literally just like Microsoft. Regardless of what happened yesterday, it has fallen, it is based, and it has a pretty big historical level underneath. So 270, 260s, looking at that for downside. 275, 40s is the next level above. I think that's what I did yesterday's open. I just didn't mark it because I don't like that it's like sitting right there, so it's kind of hard to read. But that's essentially what you're looking above. So I just went up to the next whole number at 40 for my setup there. That's my thinking behind the short watch list today. I didn't make a big one because honestly I didn't like how a lot of things are starting out. You can see Tesla's still finding new lows right now. You have a few things bouncing. I saw like Apple, Microsoft chilling. You just saw Google bouncing a little bit. Microsoft basing, Apple basing. AMD kept taking a hit. It looks like NVIDIA took a hit, but even they are basing a little bit. You know, so it's not completely a death drop yet, but it's the next closest thing. So that's something big to watch out for. So I would definitely wait and watch the open today. This is one of those watch the open days and see what goes on and then jump into some trades, because it's definitely not suitable to jump in right from the open when we don't understand if this is going to fall more or if this is trying to hold, because it's against a very crucial level already after falling. So you have to assume from swing trading too, people are going to be taking profits. People are going to be jumping out of trades, so you might even see shorts cover and actually see a good buy reaction at the open, as long as we don't see these lows broken. And that's pretty much every chart. You know, that's not just SPY, it's not just NVIDIA. Like almost every chart is doing that. That actually applies weight to SPY. So I would pay attention to SPY overall right now. As you guys can see, SPY is already getting a buy reaction overall from the market. Noted. Thank you. I am practicing only lead test and drawing the lines. I'm following only your strategy, and I do only one contract and one time a day. But that's what I'm talking about. You're adding like step 1 and step 2 into one step. Don't do that. If you're going to focus on visualizing, drawing lines, practicing lead tests, awesome, do that. But don't also live trade at the same time. You're not giving yourself any buffer zone to learn and actually keep that information in your head or on your screen, you know? Once you feel you're confident enough in seeing these plays, then you can start to jump into your live trades. Don't jump into your live trades as you're practicing. That's what I'm getting at. And then once you're past all that, you can take whatever trade ideas you want. You can follow other people. You can take whatever trades you want that you see that might be suitable for you. Good morning, Neri. Neri. But I'm not doing this to save you time. I'm not doing this to save you money. I'm doing this because this is the logical path. This isn't about making the most money the fastest route. This isn't speedrunning the stock market or life, you know? So take your time on this, and that's the path to take. If you really do want to grow passively, that's the path to take. It's not, oh, let me just start off taking a bunch of real trades all the time until it just clicks. Like, no, don't do that. You're wasting a lot of money, a lot of time, and you're probably going to stress yourself out. So don't do that. But give me a thumbs up if a lot of these setups make sense to you guys. I think I went through most of them. Netflix just had earnings, so they're going to be a little bit hard to trade today. But they have a pretty big key level here at 324. If you want to really, really science it up, they're actually rejecting supply right now. So I'd look to see if they either pump up to this and get above it and push up, or are they going to reject this and move back lower. So that's kind of the game plan for Netflix today. Meta down in the dirt, looks to see if they can defend 213. If they can't, they will be moving down to 212.35. A hold of 213, maybe even some basing. Because as you see, Microsoft fell, but they built base. Nvidia fell, but they built base. Apple fell, but they built base. What did Meta do? They fell and they have not built base. They've continuously made new lows. So Meta is excessively weak compared to what we saw on a couple of those other tech stocks and other major weights of SPY. You can see Google's back up against previous day lows. So that'll be key for Google at open. Tesla just kept taking a fall. I think that's where I stopped, actually. Yeah. Okay, all these are covered. We're good. Awesome. I just didn't want to repeat it and go over the same thing twice. Alright, awesome. It looks like a lot of you guys are on the same page. Good. And again, guys, I'm not trying to target anybody with that initial speech I had for the beginning of the stream. I just feel like a lot of people get ahead of themselves. And that's totally fine. Again, you're only human. We're all human. It's totally fine. Don't beat yourself up. But do better. You can totally do better. I think we all understand you are capable of doing better. But with the right methods. You're not just gonna randomly wake up and start doing better, right? You gotta put yourself in that routine, put yourself in those methods. That'll line you up. Higher probability. Someone fat finger QQQ in pre-market. Oh. Those are always fun. Thanks for the tough love, brother. Anytime. I don't want to see people expect to grow instantly. I just want people to take very slow paths. Be very passive. The more time you take now, the better it is for your future, because then you're not going to be hesitating as much, you're not going to be forcing trades as much, you're not going to be as emotional. And when you take a loss, regardless of being sizable or not, when you take a loss, it's not going to emotionally affect you as much. Because you expect it. You expect that not every trade is going to be a winner. Through visualizing, you'll understand that. Oh, I would have taken a small loss on that. Oh, that would have been a nice loss. You know, pointing that out to yourself. You would already understand that losing is part of the game. Like over here looking for my water. It's right in front of me. Exactly, it's a process. Some of us get there faster, some of us are slower, which is, again, totally fine. Everybody's different. But what is something you can do to increase these probabilities of success? Like I've been going over this morning. Reviewing levels, learning how to draw the levels, visualizing. Okay, what kind of entries do I want to take? Okay, well, let me start to visualize those on the chart while the market's not moving. Go over those as many times as you can. Therefore, when the market is moving, you don't hesitate, you don't freak out, you don't get an emotional attack. And when you take a loss, as I was trying to say earlier, I didn't finish my point, but when you take a loss, you're not going to get kicked back to square one because you understand it's part of the game. You're not getting kicked back all the way to square one where you're like, oh, I got to restart my account. Like, no, you should never have to say that moving forward because you've passively built it up enough to where the point of you taking a small loss here, a small loss there, it's not the end of the world. And I'm sure you'll have a better enough win rate by then after practicing so much that that doesn't even affect you. But rant over. Hopefully some of y'all enjoyed that. Hopefully some of you take something from that. Hopefully that kicks some of y'all's asses into gear. Good morning, Foul. Foul, did you win that? Did you win that in a giveaway? I'm also hard to remember who even has the memberships anymore. We went from having like 20 of you have it to like over 140 of you have it. Oh, I was just reading that news and then Meta just dropped news a minute ago. I wonder if they're moving up off that. Nope. Meta has started its latest round of layoffs, focusing on technical employees as part of Facebook's Meta latest round of job announced in March. The company today started laying off employees in technical roles. Huh. I can't read the rest of that, but... Alright, everybody give me a thumbs up for everybody who's ready. You understand the list. You understand what to expect from the market today. Hopefully it didn't scare off too many people with the rant. You understand SPY bigger, smaller time frame. All of the different individual equities I went over. Of course, we'll cover the sectors as the market opens up more. And yes, I finally updated the name of that watch list. You're not ready, Ace? At least you're being honest. By the way, I use your drawing line strategy with stock on another account that I'm working on. It helps me a lot to plan on that. Thank you. The strategy is not only for option. Yeah, no, it 100% is. And I've made that clear in some of my other emerging candle videos. My TA routine playlist is you actually can use this for foreign exchange. You can use this for futures. You can use this for crypto. You can use this for commodities even. You know, emerging candles. I don't know if I'm the first person to ever say mark the tops of green candles from the far left side. Again, I have no idea if that's been invented or not. I'm just going off the fact that I've never seen anybody do it. But that right there, that's a very universal thing. That's not like, oh, that only works on stocks. Like, that only works on SPY and equities and stuff like that. Like, no, it literally works on anything that has a chart. Because emerging candles is a I don't know how to, like, explain it in, like, a lower level. But, like, logically, what an emerging candle is just a super bullish day that got stopped at one point. Either it ran out of time, or it ran out of space, or it ran out of volume. So that's why I like to mark the tops of those, because I see that there are like break spots for price almost, or even momentum, right? So regardless of how many of them I get in a row, at least I know at the top of each one of those is a very important break area, right? Regardless of it being bullish or bearish when we get to that break area, because you guys have seen emerging candles break to the upside, you've seen them break to the downside. You know, seeing smaller time frame price action break through those levels, that is. I was just about to leave because of the rant. It was before I said, wait, hold up. Meta, so much layoff, business struggling, but stock not coming down. Strange. Hey, man, give it time. Plus, you also got to think, Sam, think from an investor point of view. Like I said with the chart, bullish or bearish, think about the investor point of view on a stock, right? So let's say I'm a Meta bear. I would have the point you just made. That would not make sense to me. if I was a Meta bull, what would I be saying right now? Oh, well, as an investor, I'm happy to see that they're restructuring, they're freeing up capital, and looks like they're restructuring to not have either as much invested in Meta, or they're going to have even more invested in Meta. So that's kind of like the fence you're sitting on right now as a bull. Which, again, if you were a bull, you'd probably know the answer to that because you've probably paid attention, where me, I don't really care. But overall, you got to think from a bull point of view, though. They are freeing up capital by letting more people go and possibly restructuring. Maybe aiming to do something different or end up getting into a different part of their company where they might make more money for the company. You know, it depends. So it could also be just a restructure thing where they're trying to move people from one section to another or get different style people for a different section of their company. It really depends. Worked in tech for years. Layoffs of engineers, UX, UI is last resort. Longer, deeper cuts to the organization will be bad with slower dev cycles and innovation. And there you go. See? More meat of the company, too, getting let go. That's another great point for bears. They could say, well, they're letting a lot of these people go. This could be bad. There's bloat in dev teams, and they're purging. See? Good job, Driz. Thank you for coming in here and saying that. I like that a lot. AI writes all my emails, and by writes, I mean writes. AI is taking all my rights. I mean writing all my emails. Nice. I just realized there's like almost 150 of you in here. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Glad to have each and every one of you in here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Looks like a lot of you guys are ready. Every time we have like 100+ people in here and it's before the open, it always blows my mind. Again, that speaks levels to you guys. If you're in here listening to me right now, you're a badass. If you're able to be in here before the market opens, listening to the game plan, listening to what to look for, you're a badass. Simple as that. But yeah, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Let's get over 100. Let's get over 100 before the open. So I'm giving you a minute and a half. Anytime, almost 12 years working in high growth tech. Oh man. Make 12 years feel like 30, huh? That's awesome though, Driz. That's badass you have so much experience in such a crazy innovative field. John. I know, you don't gotta tell me. Come on guys, 5 more likes. Right before the open. We got 56 seconds. Alright, and in that 56 seconds, I need to put my headset on and be ready to join voice chat. Oh, that's right, I put this song on replay for y'all. Whoops. The song's name is Alexander Supertramp. Isn't that from that movie? In that book? Alright, let's click Must Be Dreaming. Let's see if we fill the gap and then start a downtrend. Bueller, how's your baby ET? Oh man, I love energy. Energy is still so bullish. I love people who try to flip the script on energy too.
Yo, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Devin. See tech buying it open, healthcare buying it open, buying. Comms are actually pushing lower. Pretty much buying in every other sector from open. So as a whole, we're probably going to push SPY up a hair or so. We'll see if this move holds though from buyers. And then individually, Apple, AMD, Microsoft all moved higher. Nvidia just kind of sitting there. Amazon moved up higher. Tesla's still weak from the open after earnings. Google's still dropping. We saw Meta, Netflix also moving lower, which helped the comm sector move lower from open.
Yesterday low and the pre-market midpoint are in pretty much the same area, so I'm really paying attention to that for the bulls if they can get over that. If they can't get over that, you're looking for a nice rejection. So around 412.79, 78.
Feel free to go back to the beginning of the stream too, guys. I also covered a lot of the economic news and just big news that came out today too. Covered SPY in the bigger and smaller time frame. Burnt out now at consulting with time to trade. Happy to be here. Glad to have you here, Driz. You've had an adventure, man. What's up, Minnie? The movie you're talking about is Into the Wild. Yeah, that movie. That movie's pretty good. Hey, thank y'all. You got us over 100 likes on the stream. Thank you. Like I said, most likely getting a buy reaction at the open towards this area. We'll see if they can take this area or if they're just going to reject it and stay in range down here between 411.50, 413. Essentially, a hold above 413 can be seen as short-term bullish towards previous day close and possibly 414.35. A rejection, we'll have to see if they can bring us back down to a double bottom or a higher low of 411.50. See, there's always something else to look at. There's always another level. If you're not to that point yet, you probably still should not be jumping into trades. You said Nvidia's drilling. It's back up now. They're through 275s. I see Amazon's turning green. Netflix still moving lower. Meta moving higher. Google finally rebasing. Wicked back up. Netflix continued weakness after earnings. Tesla wicking up at a very, very historical spot. You can see I have one level right there around 177.85. Amazon filled pre-market gap. They're breaking previous day close. Nvidia filled pre-market gap. They're going towards previous day close. Microsoft still holding base from what we talked about. AMD also defending. They wick back up. Green candle now in the first 5 minutes. And Apple still has not gotten into their gap fill from pre-market. SPY, again, just going up and hitting a major resistance. Yo, good advice in the trade results channel, Creator Trades. I appreciate that. When you were tagging that guy in chat. Good morning, Kaizen. Glad to have you, man. AMD held support off the 50 MA perfectly. Good eyes. India's population to surpass China's by mid-year. The United Nations released a report today that said India would overtake China as the world's most populous country, having 1.429 billion people by July, surpassing China's population of 1.426 billion. Interesting. Morgan Stanley CEO says we are not in a banking crisis. Bank doesn't want to stop giving them your business. Appreciate you, Driz. I definitely don't mind it. Yep. That's my TED Talk. Still just under 413s. Again, buy reactions into that level. Not really surprising. The big thing to look out for now is who controls that area. Can they close over it, get a good push with volume, or are we just going to maintain under this, stay down in this lower range? That's the big thing to look for.
Got about 20 seconds on our first 10-minute candle. Amazon seems to keep pushing. Looks to be the leader. Meta's looking pretty strong. Nvidia's trying to hold up towards this pre-market high yesterday. Close.
SPY with that dip still above today's open and 9 EMA on the 5-minute. If you want to watch for short-term supports, watch your 5-minute and 10-minute 9 EMAs. But we are still above today's open. Big key level, short-term for SPY. Touching it right now.
So far, Apple's holding the pre-market high. XOM's trying to hold up. Google and Meta not going the same direction. See if Google's going to hold pre-market low, if it's going to break down and slow Meta down. Netflix is pretty weak.
Just buy reactions at open so far, or weak or continued weakness on a few of them. Nothing super crazy yet. Still above today's open on SPY and 9 EMA in the 5-minute. Like I said, a lot of these just got buy reactions, filled some extended hours gaps from overnight. Some of these went up and smacked previous day close. But I would expect a short-term slowdown unless you see a bigger weight start stepping in again. We did have a few of them go up, but a couple of them again have already slowed down. So we have a mixture right now. Yep, exactly. We'll see what cracks first. Previous day low or today's open. Which, even if they do break today's open, there is a little bit of room below. Pretty good volume on that last 5-minute candle. Could jump out to your 10-minute and see how that continues or not. And then jump out to your 30, because then after that 10-minute candle closes in 10 more minutes, you'll have a 30-minute candle close, which again is just seeing a buy reaction into resistance. Nothing crazy yet.
Amazon and Apple making new highs.
SPY's kind of fighting against the meat of its high today. From open. I see we have almost 200 people in here. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Just been dropping different ideas behind levels, updating what's next, going across the sectors, talking about weights of SPY. Rejecting. Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say rejecting meat of the high of day on SPY. Still no break of today's open or 9 EMA.
I was gonna say we got less than 2 minutes on the 10-minute candle, and Amazon still pushing a new high. So is Apple.
Something's holding us down.
Yes, banks not really moving. UNH is selling off. Looks like healthcare and probably a couple of the other small sectors. Google's really not moving.
It's comms. Comms is down the most. Netflix, Meta, Google. Tech's down the second most. What's bringing us down now? Industrials, staples, energy, healthcare. Those were all moving down just now. So that's what hurt us there for a second. Because, yeah, you were like saying that, and I was looking at all the tech moving higher. It's like, what the heck's moving us then? It's a combination of literally every other sector.
Netflix gets over this pre-market low and opening price. It's looking good towards yesterday low at 330.50. Or if it comes down and breaks below the previous 316, looking to go short on the ER on Netflix. Tesla coming up towards their pre-market midpoint. See if they can get above that. Help Amazon out. JPM trying to push higher.
Good morning, Jack. Mel's in a long SPX. Would you recommend at least one DT for day trades as I'm still learning? I don't want two trades. If you're still learning, in my personal opinion, you shouldn't be touching the options chain. If you yourself are still trying to kind of pick and choose which type of entry you like or getting more confident with it still after already choosing which ones you like, then you can start to jump into your day trades. And even then, I don't know if I'd be grabbing a 1 DTE. If you're focusing on SPY or SPX, you're going to definitely... I would focus on SPY. I would not jump into SPX yet if you're someone who's still learning. That's the only one that would really hurt you as much. SPY, I would be grabbing at least a couple days out or at least the week. And even then, that's not anything amazing. You got to remember, too, what kind of trade are you getting into? A scalp, a day trade? Because you can't be in that trade for super, super long if you are going to grab something that is time held down by the pressure of time, the theta. The theta is not good. We are getting a nice push here on SPY. Healthcare pulling back up, staples. This is all from the sectors that just sold off more, and then some of the sectors that were pushing higher are sitting to the right. Comms and tech are not doing anything crazy yet. Still seeing weakness against that high.
Microsoft's starting to come down now. Apple's back at pre-market high, see if it breaks below that.
Yeah, tech made a new low of day. Healthcare pumping right back up to today's open. Financials also pushing a new high of day. Utilities pushing a new high of day. It's going to throw a lot of people off today because it's not comms and tech that's moving us. Well, at this exact second. Apple is making such big money moves, it's crazy. They're going to dominate in India.
Dude, that savings account that they announced is nice, man. That's gonna make a lot of banks have to step up their 0% interest rate on saving accounts.
Still rejecting against those highs. No break under 9 EMA or today's open yet either. We are very, very indecisive here. Discretionary lost pre-market high. Great call of Fantastic John. Nvidia retesting current day open in 9 EMA. Good call out Kid 83. What's up, Sen? Full.
Are you feeling sinful today? Extra Mimi. Yep. King Carnage, hurry up and wait today. Patience. Apple having a nice dip by here from opening price, pushing it back up.
Netflix getting bought up too. Tesla's still holding a pretty good spot, while Amazon continues to stay near high of day. Nvidia got a really good test of previous day open. They're holding above previous day open right now. Microsoft trying to bounce back a little. Nothing crazy yet though. AMD taking a little dip. Another rejection here could be very bad. Still haven't broken anything to the downside after all this weakness. This could be seen as an early sign of weakness if we do not get a good push here very soon. A lot of volume sitting above today's open now though. Well, I'm just saying a lot of volume at today's open because every single candlestick that is traded after today's open has sat right above it. So there has to be some sort of volume sitting right there, regardless of actually looking at a number or an actual volume chart. I'm essentially saying most of today's volume is sitting right above today's open. Not saying bullish or bearish. And there's really not that many big economic news today, guys. You have the beige book at the end of the day, but that's again, that's end of day. There's not really that many news today. No, FOMC is not today. I think you're in the wrong week, pal. Still holding 9 EMA in today's open. The big things to look out for the rest of the week for whoever did ask that. You have jobless claims, existing home sales tomorrow. You also have a couple Fed speakers speaking tomorrow. And then on Friday, you have PMI composite flash and Lisa Cook speaks on Friday. So you still have a couple big things happening Thursday and Friday, as well as all of the earnings still happening this week. If you like the stream, press like on the stream. That seems fair, seems valid. Tesla earning? Yes, Tesla's earnings after hours.
Watch out for this dip buy on Netflix over opening price.
$10. Don't forget to bang out your 10 push-ups. Well, it's 9 for me, so I only have to do 9, I guess.
Arms. I can only do 7.
You mean you can only push the planet away from you 7 times?
Yeah.
We're all doing push-ups. You're pushing the planet away. We're on 2 different workouts here, bud.
Apple trying to make that new high now, giving you a nice little 80% entry, even though it went all the way down to opening price. If you took that candle and split it up and went and retest that first 10-minute candle. Tesla's still in a really tight range, even though it's earnings, so it's probably not the best idea to trade it because premium's probably pretty jacked, but holding pretty tight as Amazon's holding up. So if it breaks through this midpoint, could help Amazon get its move higher towards yesterday high.
Alright, this is the farthest they've pushed past the meat of that first high we had. Are they just going to wick it, though? We'll see. They're now into 412.75. And they push 413. Okay, we get it. How many times I need to be reminded Tim Cook in India? Yep, Apple fighting to go green. Could call it Cameron. Oil company's going down. It's 9 for me too. 9 a.m. gang. I see you. And yeah, Tesla dropping their base price of the Model 3 is pretty cool. Or Model Y. I think the Model 3 is also getting affected. A perfect rejection of the previous day low to the exact cent. This is honestly a great example today on how your thought process should work when looking at sectors and weights of SPY. Is kind of put SPY in your head like in the middle. So SPY is in between breaking out above the 413s, or it's going to keep rejecting here and pull back down. So there's a little bit more room below, right? So kind of put SPY on like a little teeter-totter in your head. And then you can go through these charts and think about, all right, well, let's do from heaviest on. So heaviest weight, tech. Knowing that SPY is against resistance, has a little bit of room below before actually breaking a big significant support to move lower. It's kind of near the middle top of its range, right? So kind of have that in your head. Where is XLK in comparison? Where is XLV in comparison? XLY in comparison? XLF in comparison? And keep doing that for every sector or weight that you're looking at. And you'll kind of have a better picture in your head of like, all right, what needs to move more? Does tech need to rally here? Does healthcare need to pick back up? What sector needs to pick it back up? And then over time, the more as you start doing that, the more it'll just start clicking to you to just go check it instantly. It's another very, very slow process, but again, over time and through routine and review, it'll be very, very easy again, or for the first time for you. Damn, pop that 430. Mel, I know you want it. Like I said, just slow buy reactions into resistance. That's all we've gotten this morning. A mix of people jumping into longs and people covering their shorts. Taking profits. It's kind of a mixture of all of that right now. And I feel like that's why you haven't gotten that explosive move yet, because it's not a complete buyer move. Right now it's still just a mixture. But you do have nice base. They had that first push into resistance. They came back down, hold over open for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Into the 30-minute candle after that, they pushed a new high, or a new high for a new higher close. But a new high and a new higher close. So a pretty good sign that bulls are showing up a little bit more than sellers. But again, not getting the follow through that the buyers need to truly hit those higher levels. They need to break 412.86. They need to break 413s, close over. Some good volume stepping in could definitely help them out to try to move higher. Another rejection here, continuous rejection here, could definitely bring a very nasty pullback. It's Theta Gang today for sure. New high of day for a half second there. A slight rise in volume and a new high of day again.
Reading my mind.
And they perfectly closed at 412.86.
Let's go pop that thing.
Big Money was like, hold up, bring it up to that level, but don't close over it. Just bring it perfectly to it. Let's piss everyone off more. That would be ideal, Misi. Getting that better retest above it. That would be ideal. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying some of the updates and some of the information from today's stream. Definitely helps the channel out a lot. Potential 3-bar play here on the 5-minute. If we can hold over 50% of that previous candle.
Same on the 10-minute.
I'm gonna go grab some water, Devin. I'll let you update this.
Sounds good. Stay hydrated. So if it doesn't do a 3-bar play on the 5-minute, but it still holds, it could potentially do a 4-bar play. Then the 3-bar play would be on the 10-minute. That's kind of how that transfers over. If it's a 4-bar play, typically on the next time frame up, it's usually a 3-bar play. So everybody looking at what's their top watch besides Spy? I know a lot of people are staring at Spy, seeing what we can do right here, but what's everybody watching? I'm watching Netflix, see if it's going to reject this previous intraday high right here on the open, or if it's going to pop it going towards that yesterday low slash midpoint at the pre-market. Makes a pretty good easy spot to go retest, especially if Spy can get over this yesterday low. Yep. NVIDIA gets over yesterday close and this previous intraday high, and that's going to be looking pretty good to go to short-term 278 and 279. Two for two on AMD. Can't be mad about that. Especially getting over the midpoint here is Amazon still holding up, letting the 9 catch up on the 10-minute. I'm making the new high day here. Did not want to wait for a 3-bar play. It's just pushing, super bullish. Now we want to see more volume come in. Looks like we're getting it going. 413. Already coming back down. They're battling it out. Indecision candle looking like on the 10-minute. What are you talking about, Mel? Run, you broken what? Someone's legs, bro. Tell him to run. Banks slowly grinding up. See if they start pushing a little faster over their pre-market highs. JPM Berg B. Apple's still just holding up over pre-market high. Microsoft right over pre-market low.
I see I've missed nothing.
Nope. Slight push up and rejection.
That was a really good volume, long-legged doji right there. Anybody call that out in the YouTube chat? Nope.
Oh, they're all sleeping.
LLD. Nobody said LLD.
Getting a nice indecision candle on the 10-minute so far. A very important area.
Yep, it definitely has that look, Jack. AMD's in the golden pocket. You could call it mini. You blame discretionary. I wouldn't even blame discretionary because Amazon did do a good job getting over recent resistance right here. The one that kind of hurt was Tesla. Tesla didn't really go with it. Also, I didn't check... Yeah, McDonald's and Nike didn't really help either. Two other top weights in that sector. How's that 10-minute 3-bar play looking?
It is looking still valid. We'll just need a nice little pop on the next 10-minute candle, but depending on how we finish it up here, we could still have the 3-bar play on the 10-minute. Just battling that right here. It's giving a 3-bar play and an indecision candle. So that next candle will really be confirmation. If it doesn't pop, it's not going to be looking for the good for the bulls. Jason, the 15-minute. Got about 10 seconds left on this 10-minute candle.
Utilities made a new high of day. Healthcare made a new high of day. A lot of our bigger weights like tech, discretionary comms, any of these get buy reactions. This could be a very big green candle on SPY considering other sectors are holding up fairly well. If not, could be seeing the opposite. But we are getting a good mix of sectors today. What's up, Tobias? How you doing, man? I was wondering where you was. I'm honestly just... Huh?
Netflix is trying to play a 3-bar play out on the 10-minute right now. See if it pops that previous intraday high. Google and Meta are not helping it out though. They're just slowly drifting down.
Previous day low, lots of fighting, 100% Noxta. It's crazy too because all I did was go from the wick here. I was supposed to go to that body here, but since that level was there, I just went up to the next body. So pretty much where that red candle is. And that's all I drew there, and that's all we're rejecting right now. Basically the old previous day demand, but it was kind of turned into supply with this break under. And now this is kind of like the retest. This is essentially a very big thing for bears and bulls, because if bears can pull us back down here, they could actually say previous day lows is now supply instead of demand. And if buyers were to push from here, they could pretty much eliminate all of this price action right here by pushing higher. So we're at a very, very, very crucial spot. It's not just about breakout, it's also about control. But yeah, previous day low is definitely a big foe today. Ever since we hit the top of that area, we've had lowering volume on the 5-minute. I'm kind of keeping an eye on that. It could be your early sign of weakness after hitting the top of that zone there. This might even be the perfect risk-reward spot for shorts. Keep your stop loss right at the top of that blue area if you are someone who is short here. I would not be long, or I would not be short if that area breaks. Scalped 3 times for a 14, 18, and 22% gain, but then took some winnings on a bigger trade, but then had one turn against me really hard. Ah. Nasty rejection. That's probably the biggest red candle we've seen today. It's not even that impressive. Do have rising volume over the previous candle. Like I said, if we get the lower high here, this could be the start of your potential short trade here to the downside again, back towards today's open. If we do not get back over 413s, you can remain inside of that. Still holding 9 EMA on the 5 minute though. Very impressive. Pretty good rejection on the 5 and 10 minutes so far. 30-minute candle has 4 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes. Bad math. Back to where we were.
That was fast.
These damn BTF deers. Amazon looks like it's resting or retesting the golden pocket. Yeah, bears are looking for a lower high here. Bulls are looking for a new high here. such a crucial spot too. It's crazy how many things line up in this area. You're good, Jess. I can read through a little bit of a misspelling. I do that all the time. I misspeak. Jazz, you're totally fine. Apple at high day. Good call out TJS. And what's up, everybody in the Stock Talk on Discord? Ash Millie, Burok, CM Trade, Sal, Shane, Sherman, and Devin, of course.
What up?
Watching this Apple pushing new high, pretty impressed with that. See if that's going to help SPY pop. Other than that, pretty good.
What's up, Shermy? What you looking at?
Checking out Amazon, I'm seeing it hovering around this 102.33 level. It's one of those previous day levels at the close.
Good looks. Oh yeah, to the cent. Touching that right now. Him is
We got a
like, I'm
nice,
gonna be bullish till it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
30-minute candle, not doing too much.
Tesla's like a slow grind up chart right now on the 5-minute. Flush it, trap shorts, or long it and trap, or I'm sorry, flush it, trap longs, or vice versa. This is really one of those spots where a lot of people get trapped. Acid dropper. How is everyone in the stream doing so far? We have been in here for about an hour. Been in the stream for about an hour and a half.
Making that new high. Let's get it going. Apple leading the way. Nothing else really moving too much.
That was actually a very good post to buy. Like I said, the kiss of death. Like I said, this could be your retested move lower on a lot bigger time frame too. So it's very crucial right here in the smaller time frame to see who has control very early on. Sweaty palms, yeah, pretty much. Sat on my hands this morning. You're profiting then. Hanging,
They
good
went
to hear.
numb.
Doing good, just waiting for that decision. Yeah, I feel that. Long-legged doji on the 15 and lowering volume. Good call out, Evis. I'm having so much fun watching this price action. Seems like Roku felt the Netflix earnings more than Netflix themselves. What did Roku do today? Eesh. I mean, that makes sense though, honestly. And Netflix stock might be down, but they actually had a pretty good amount of good news come out of that too. So I could see why Roku would be down today, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, technically Netflix did beat earnings expectations and revenue expectations. It's just the subscriber count that they missed.
And they have had success though with some of the things they're working on too, like the password sharing. They have actually seen success from that in multiple countries. Not in the U.S. as much, but across other continents, there actually have been a lot of success has been made from that. The password sharing, whatever.
Right, and that's gonna eventually make people either subscribe or not.
100%. Had some good shows on Netflix lately too. Full Swing, yeah, the golf one was kind of good. Been chilling, trying to see if Tesla will change the consolidating market direction after earnings, of course. Yeah, 100%. Their earnings are going to be very big. I was telling everybody this morning that. They're not 5% of SPY, but they're like 1.4% of SPY, so you will see a slight reaction in SPY after hours from their earnings, especially if they end up going in one direction very heavily. Which I would not use TA to get your number on that, because even if you do use TA, you'll see Tesla still sitting in a perfect spot where they could fall through the floor or actually bounce from this low here of this little trend they got going there. So it really isn't a good spot too to go either direction. But yeah, that'll definitely have some effect on the market. There's still other earnings too, but Tesla is definitely the bigger notable one. Vinland Saga? Is that what you meant, Tobias? With a V? They're also a huge retail ticker. Yeah. Damn, Tobias, I didn't know you were into anime. I guess I like you a lot more now. Alright, I'm gonna go through the sectors and see what's up, what's down. Utility hit a new high of day on the previous candle. They're slowing down now. Healthcare, same story, except an extra 5-minute candle. Financial, same story, an extra 5-minute candle. Staples reversing from a lower high from today's open. Industrials are literally to the right. Discretionary is actually sitting at a pretty good spot after building some base here. If they can't push this resistance, that could get nasty. Watch for the resistance to push for the overnight gap fill on XOY. Same story for base. Same story for tech. They're at a very good spot too after building a low and higher low. They can push a new high of day. That could be a good sign for the low of day of yesterday getting tested. Same for comms. Seeing a couple things break up higher here. They're doing it at a rate though where if you're trading like same days or same weeks, they're like perfectly keeping you small green or red even. Melt up kind of day, possibly. Oh, that is true. You did say you like One Piece. My bad. Bull's pushing it.
If we get 413.60, then pre-market high. Them candles were matching volume, wasn't increasing, but they matched, so not great, not terrible. You're funny. On spot, give me 413.60.
Username said, I think I'm gonna wait for the trip back down. Leland instantly drops a reaction on it.
Never comes back down to the moon.
We've turned all our traders into bear traders now. It's not our fault, I swear. He said, you take that back, Devin. What goes up must come down.
Well, that's outer space.
Jack. Lowering volume, hard to trust this push. Good point, Evis.
Apple's still pushing new highs, finally helping Microsoft getting it started. See if they can get over 287.
You're good, Jack. You got a million things on your mind. But yeah, I just had to post that because technically the lead test has always existed. Don't try to treat it as something that's new. I mean, it is new, but it's a retest. That's all it is. The reverse of the lead test has already been a thing. Leland has just taken it upon himself to give us a better structure or easier way of explaining it and reviewing it. Therefore, when they pop up, bam, you're in it. Good volume stepping in. Buyers melted up very well. This is, again, why I don't call out rising wedges, guys. Rising wedges are some of the shittiest patterns ever because they are identical to grind up and grind down patterns, which are literally the opposite of what a rising or falling wedge would give you.
Long force 1360 pop.
Let's go.
You're good, Shane. I wasn't targeting anybody. I'm just saying that's why I don't. Rising wedge could also be seen as a grind up. Falling wedge could also be seen as a grind down, which a grind down is bearish. But again, it's kind of the same sense too, and why I don't call out grind up or grind downs. This is why it's best to always point out both sides. But hey, if that's you, you know, that's what you focus on, awesome. I'm again not bagging on you. I don't bag on anybody for whatever strategies they use. Use whatever you want. If you're comfortable with it, screw anything I say. And that's how you should treat it. If it's part of your strat, nothing should affect you. No noise or outside noise should affect your decision making with that strategy. How long would you say you've been doing one-on-ones with Catocton?
Let me go look. I don't even want to guess.
Hey, Misi, if you didn't like it, you got out. Totally fine. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Like, you got people today, like me and Evis. We made very small gains on longs today into resistance. We didn't like that it was weak here, so we got out. I'm not gonna be sitting here saying, "Oh, I wish I held," because what happens 5 minutes later? Are you still gonna be saying that? Probably not. So is it really fair to say, "Oh, I should have kept holding"? I'm not talking about you, Misi. I'm just talking about people in general. This is just how the human brain works. Here, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take small gains. We're at a really good spot. I'm getting kind of worried here. I don't really like how this looks. I'm not comfortable with it. You exit. 10 minutes later, you're up at a new high of day, and you might only be up a little bit more because theta and all that great stuff. But all that great stuff going by, all the variables of options and stuff, ruining the underlying premium of your contract, the intrinsic value of it. This finally going up and getting that, you know, you're sitting there probably like, oh, I should take profits, or man, I wish I would have held that. Then this candle pops up. Or I almost promise you're not saying what you were saying in this candle and this candle. So never stray away from whatever you plan or what you end up doing. Never look at this chart and go, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. Always look back at the chart and look at it as opportunity. Try to see, how could I have done better, or what can I look at for next time, you know? And that's for everybody. I'm not just talking to Misi. That was just a good entry into that combo.
And a lot of times that correlates to the quality of your trade review. You know, when you look at people's quality of trade reviews, because I was actually going over that with Concocton this weekend, and I started with something about January. The more high quality your trade review is, and when you go back and look at it in notes after the fact, that's when you really see your growth. Because, you know, now you had the trade review at the time. Then at the end of the day, at night, the next day, or on the weekend, when you go back, you're like, all right, I got to go re-review all these trades. How did it play out afterwards? What could I have done to potentially stay in the trade? You know, like, did it ride the 9? Did it have continued volume? What did I miss at the time that I want to look for next time? Did we potentially either keep a tighter stop loss? Oh, I didn't notice the 50% retracement here, and that could have been my stop loss to keep more profits. Always just go back and review.
My target hit to the T2 right before dropping. Not mad at my decision to cut the good discipline, which is something I'm continually working on. And exactly, that's what I'm getting at. Because you work on it in this direction, it won't feel so bad in the other direction. Because when you're losing a trade, it's easy to say, oh, well, you know what? It was working against me. I'm out. But it's hard to say that when you're in a trade that technically could have been winning. It's very hard to say that. And that's the part that I'm trying to get at. And the same way that I tell you guys to cover charts from a bullish and bearish point of view, therefore you're not biased, I'm telling you the same thing when you're in your trade or trying to get out of your trade. Don't be biased. Don't ignore what you talked about before the plan had begun. And you didn't. You got to your target, you got out. Who cares what the small gains were? You know, it grinded up there very slowly, so of course it's going to hurt. Yeah, I like going back. What did I miss here? It's always good. You can't grow what you don't track, exactly. Still just seeing buyers defend over the previous day demand, which was trying to turn into supply. They're holding on top of it. Could be seen as a very good, strong, bullish retest on the smaller time frames. Jump back out to the bigger time frames. You can actually see all we've done today is defend a very, very heavy area of supply on top of it. So right now we're actually trying to form supply into demand on the bigger time frames as well. We've already short-term done this. We've got a small pop. But now since we're in earnings season, we have to be very, very careful. Because this could really just do any kind of trading around this area. Already almost 2 hours in the stream, about an hour and a half from market open. Hopefully a lot of you guys have just been sitting cash. If you have taken opportunity, hopefully it's been minimal. If you're just visualizing because you're somebody who's not taking live trades yet, that's awesome. Feel free to post your visualized trades or mental trades within the Discord server. We always promote people visualizing and posting mental trades. Unbelievable. Did buy the 41.65 contract at low 41.35 and now at 41.45. Still lost 13%. It's literally just because of the rate, dude. It's literally just because of how slow they're doing this. At this rate, they're perfectly taking this up at just enough speed mail to keep you down or slightly green. That's why I was saying a lot of you are going to be either slightly green, neutral, or slightly red.
The theta burn.
It's not even just theta, too. It's volatility. It's everything. Your contracts are on fire at this rate.
The IV's juicing out of it.
These candles right here, like when this pumped, is probably looking good. Not so much. Looking good, not so much. Looking good, not so much. They're doing it at a perfect rate right now. Exactly. Teachers perform well on days like this. Slow grind doesn't hurt. Exactly. Yeah, whippy. That's a good way of putting it. Whipsawing. What's up, Bugs Money? Always happy to see your name pop up, man.
That's actually me and Morente were talking about yesterday when he was streaming for the last half hour or so.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Pretty good. Morente came up with a decent mental trade plan that worked accordingly. Went up to his price target and then some. So it was fun to watch. Had some pretty good conversation. We were talking about because he trades the future, so basically he doesn't have to deal with theta or any of that volatility, depreciation happening. So it was he was making fun of himself, like saying, "Oh, helps my small brain."
Jesus. Even though we know Morente has a huge brain,
Oh, dude, yeah.
he can't fool us. The smell of burning contracts. I hate that we turned that into a joke. Of course, I had to open my big fat mouth.
Theta traders be like, "I love the smell of burning theta in the morning."
Pile of nails on fire. Like the progressive fisherman with the dollar. Oh, you gotta be quicker than that. That's good. Who are they? Who are who? Who are you? Option price Chop City facts. I've been on the 30-minute to not lose my mind. I actually respect that, Christopher. I need to probably say that more. I talk about it a lot on the 10-minute, but I need to tell y'all more honestly. Like anytime you're having a day like where you just feel like you can't read the price action, you probably are just zoomed in too much, and that's totally fine. Some days just zoom out. 30 minutes a great one, like Christopher said, because it's very slow, it's very passive, it's more patient of a read, and it's a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxing. But I like that point.
1 minute from a new one too.
Yep. But at some point, Ivy is so low that when it returns, Ivy will go up with your trade. That is the moment you can make great returns. Facts. It's really just timing. Morente has twice the brain because he shares it with username. Mm-hmm. Someone was catching on. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the stream here on this slow on this slow grind up. Two things to look out for going into the rest of today is to see can they maintain defending between 412.70s and 413, and if so, bulls are still in control intraday wise. If they can't, you can definitely see a very, very large retest or pullback from this large move. I don't like drawing trend lines, but I would like to say today has a pretty nice looking angle here. So if you want to just kind of keep your eyes on that and then jump out to like the 10 I clicked the wrong number, jump out to like the 10 to the 15 to the 30 minute, I would definitely do that just to kind of give yourself a little bit more comfortable, relaxing view of the rest of today. Going out to the bigger time frames though, I would check out to see who is still holding this area here. Again, if you want a review of what I'm highlighting here, I'm adding this high here that we had before the big bearish kicker stepped in, which creates an area of supply from the top to the open of that candle, which essentially is a large area of sellers, a large area of volume. Right now, we failed to hold over it, and it brought us back down off many lower highs. This is actually already looks better of a push, considering we pushed a high and already made a new high twice of a new higher close is what I'm getting at. So that's already a better sign than the first time we came up here and made that higher close, and we never got back above that again. So that was a big problem. This time is already showing a little bit better of a fight. Overall, we could be seeing another pullback like we did here. Maybe not as far down as this one. Maybe just to go test this shoulder here. So worst case, we come down and hold this here and pull back up. Best case for bulls is they sit on top of this old supply, defend it for a few more days as we get across this earnings week. And as we get closer to May, maybe we see another grind up move. Because if you guys have been seeing, a lot of these moves we've been getting are grind ups. It's where you get a lot of indecisive looking price action, but it's slowly angled up. Not a lot of the time, but you will start to see some of these moves are bringing us up higher, bringing us into larger pullback moves. So be very careful to not go too bullish into any of these moves if we do continue higher. But overall, that's what I'm looking out for next. Sorry for the short stream. I just think I don't want to waste y'all's time today, and I don't really want to sit here and just watch it grind up. So I'm going to go answer people's questions, go make a couple videos for people, go reach out to everybody across different social medias. So I'll be busy today. Feel free to join the Discord. Again, guys, if you want to check out the Discord, all you gotta do is click on this link, and then it'll bring you into the server. I don't know what channel you'll see first, but make sure you go through rules of chat, disclaimer, and the FAQ. These are the first 3 channels I would read. I think I'm going to make a video soon on what all the Discord has and what's in it and how to utilize it all best. But overall, it's all kind of self-explanatory. If you just click on the channel, read what's inside of there, or click on the pinned messages and see, oh, this is what this is about. Not all of them have pinned messages, of course, but every channel has really good information. So feel free to check those out if you're on the Discord. Again, check out the trade floor if you just want to talk. Whoa. But again, come to the trade floor if you just want to talk, discuss things. If you have an actual trade idea, something you're entering, something you're just thinking about, feel free to drop it in here. If you have any charts, feel free to check out the charts by members channel. I think you can actually post in here for free. Yeah, you can. So you can actually post your charts for free in my chat. But I'll see you guys later on. Again, guys, thank you again for so much help on the streams. I'm very hyped to have gotten over 140 likes again. Even on a day like this, you guys still show up and are just so proud to be in this community. And that literally does make my day. It means a lot to me. So again, thank you all. Feel free to drop a like on the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got a Thursday market. I'll be just like I did this morning. I'll post news. I'll do all that stuff, and then we'll go over it in the pre-market prep. I'll see you guys later on. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the Discord.